Hey fam, it's PapaBearSlayer, and these are my plans for the upcoming 3.25 Legacy of Phrecia League. I'm going to be playing a Surfcaster in Softcore SSF on a self-made Spark build. So this is my Papa building. I know there's lots of Spark builds out there, but I did make this one entirely on my own. I'm going to go dual wield during the campaign. I'm probably start with wands, but I could do scepters or daggers. In endgame, I will transition to wands. So you can go through the leveling trees from Act 1 to 3, 4 to 7, and 8 to 10, pretty much taking the dual wield nodes, mysticism, and dark arts. For my around my normal lab, by cruel lab, I want to pick up elemental overload, and by endgame, I want to come all the way down here and pick up the duration. And like charisma. So the ascendancy is in these 2 points. You're not actually going to allocate these in game because the ascendancies are not in path of building. So the order I'm going to take is Ghost of the Deep for normal lab, Stormy Seas for cruel, Changing Seasons for Merc lab, and then Glacial Wave for Uber lab, which is kind of just going here, there, and then Glacial Wave and Changing Seasons is my last one. So going over the skills in the campaign, you want to start with Spark, Pierce, Added Lightning. For your 4th gem, you can either do faster casting. When you get to Act 4, you can swap to Spell Echo. If you can't get a 4th blue socket, you can always do Added Cold or Inspiration. The 4th gem doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of getting the 4th gem slot, whatever you can fit in. You want Sniper's Mark, faster casting. You want to get that in Act 1 and Act 2 respectively. Flame Dash or Frostblink with faster casting you want to use for your movement skill. That's going to feel really good during the campaign with cooldown recovery of movement skills. Your auras, you want Herald of Thunder, Herald of Ice in Act 2. You switch to Wrath in Act 3. You switch to Grace and Wrath and Herald, or you add on Grace later on when you get all the reservation notes. And then finally, you want a Flame Wall. You want to pick that up in Act 1 before Brutus to really help your spark damage. There are no items in the campaign because I know how to level this game or level in this game, and I pretty much pick up whatever I can off the ground or from the vendor or just, Essence Craft or Alch or even sometimes Transmute. So the items that I have allocated start in early game, which is level 68 or level 69. And I'm presuming that in SSF I should be able to get 2 wands with double damage mods, and I can just craft on a 3rd damage mod with spell damage, cast speed, and some added damage to spells. Everything else is just evasion energy shield on a pretty low base, just prioritizing life and a little bit of spell suppression. And rings are basically just life. So I think this should all be achievable in SSF. I don't think the skills change in any way, except you are just going to add Grace. By the time you get to maps, you will have 2 aura reservation clusters, and including this reservation efficiency, so you should easily be able to add Grace and have enough mana to cast. When you move over to mid-game, there's no difference in skills. I'm still assuming I will not get a 5-link. Sometimes it takes a really long time to get a 5-link. Everything is just higher level, but skills are all the same, and the items are just a little bit higher base. It's higher energy evasion energy shield bases, and I've started to add some of my betrayal craft, specifically with prod speed on the amulet and pierce on the gloves and the helmet. In late game, filling out the rest of the tree towards this lightning cluster and some more life. I think this is a level 94 tree, so it's pretty much my endgame tree. Again, remember, these 2 points don't count. The skills, now I'm assuming I'll have a 5-link, and I think Frostblink, I'm going to change that to Wintry Blast. Auras are still the same, everything is all the same. And I think the items, these 2 wands I harvest crafted on Craft of Exile, so I think they should be achievable. And everything else is now the end game or item level 84 evasion energy shield. I've added a storm secret, and that's used to self-chill. So this says that I take lightning damage whenever Herald of Thunder hits an enemy, which should be all the time. Based on my 4th Ascendancy, which is changing seasons, all damage taken from hits can chill you. The effect of chill is reversed. If you don't find a Storm Secret, then you have to self-cast. Then you have to self-cast Voltaxic first. Or, sorry, the other one, the Chaos skill. I forget what it's called. The one that self-hits you. You can either cast that, I don't remember what it's called, but put it in the comments. You have to cast that to damage yourself, to self-chill you, or you could put it in an 8-second trigger wand. And finally, moving to endgame, tree's not that much different. Skills, now I'm assuming that there'll be a 6-link. I do have Awakened Gems in here, but if you don't find those, it's, in SSF, just take Cold Pen and Hypothermia. The damage is not that much different with Awakened Gems. And then the super endgame tree has a cluster jewel, which gives me an estimated 7 million damage, which is pretty much where I get to for SSF on my builds typically. And for the cluster jewels, I have a lightning damage duel with Snowstorm and Storm Rider, and then I have a non-damaging ailment duel with Overshock and Storm Rider, and then I have a projectile duel with Aerodynamics and Streamline. So yeah, that's my build. That's what I'm planning to do in the league. It should be a lot of fun. I've never played Spark. This Ascendancy seems super zoomy. I may have to swap out to a shield and get rid of dual wield because I think the defenses may be a little bit low in endgame. But I do have caps spell suppression. I have a little bit of block. I may do this just to have a little bit more block. And then I am running Grace and a ton of evasion. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to push the Atlas and maybe even beyond. We'll see how well it goes. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will stream on Twitch. You can come and catch me, give me your feedback. I'm a brand new streamer and YouTuber, so any feedback helps. Let me know what you're playing, or come by to just chat. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Raycross.